of rest. The word used by Jesus for rest in here is anapauto, which is taken from anapausis, which also translates to the word refresh. They're the exact same words. Refresh is anapauso, rest is anapauso. So when he's saying that I will give, contrasted against the contrasted against the ceaseless and exhausting carrying of countless burdens imposed by Pharisees and Sadducees, Christ offers a weary people the opportunity to be revitalized and to be strengthened. So when he says, I will give you rest, it's not talking about the eternal rest in heaven. It's not talking about I'm going to let you take a nap, but it's saying that I will give you a pause to be able to revitalize and strengthen yourself. Christian living should be a strengthening and revitalizing experience. Christ literally offers to refresh those who are spiritually weary, emotionally spent, and psychologically exhausted. Walking with Christ and working with Christ should be a process that does not tax an individual to the point of collapse. And I want to note the idea of working with Christ, not working for Christ. One of the things that you'll hear within the dialect and within the lexicon of churches is that we are working for Jesus. I love working for Jesus. I'm doing God's work, I'm working for God. There's nothing wrong with that necessarily, except for the fact that it diminishes the imagery of what God presents as his role in the person. That we're working with one another. He's the controlling partner, obviously, but we work with him as opposed to working for him. And that goes back to, what am I doing on time? Okay. That goes back to the idea of the Jewish family and that family's culture. You worked in your father's profession, but that didn't mean you worked for him. You were part of the family. You all worked together. He might have run the family's business until he decided to pass that on to you, but it wasn't considered employment. We're a family, and this is the family craft. This is the family trade, and so the son works with the father in the business. Notice that this rest is intended to allow a person to be strengthened in order to continue to work, as Christ offers them a yoke with rest. So he offers them rest, then tells him to take my yoke upon you. For my burden is easy and my yoke is light. A yoke is a type of harness that connects a pair of animals to a plow. So we got two animals, we connect them up, and we connect them to a plow. So there's more work to be done, but I'm going to strengthen you and revitalize you so that way you can continue with that work.
Okay. No, I'm...
Okay, no problem. The implication of the imagery here is significant. Christ is offering to bind or harness himself to these individuals who were deemed unworthy by the religious establishment in order to do a work wherein they will find rest. That's huge. At least it's significant to me that I'm partnered in what I do when I work in the kingdom. I'm partnered with Christ in doing a work.